before, and so their mentalities might be slightly different as the runners prepare to come in for this Pertemps Network Handicap hurdles. 3¼ miles, very much a test of stamina, a few yards short of 2 complete circuits and climbing the hill on 2 occasions. So here we go, approaching the starter, about to break into anything other than a trot here, and a few of them are just a little bit keen, but he's happy enough, and away we go. Buddy Bolero and Masters Hill are 2 of the first ones to show. Cockery being chased up, and St John Henry, who was just a little bit awkward down at the start. In the conditions, it appears to be a reasonable gallop early on here. Keen to be back on a racecourse is Kilgeel Hill in the blue colours, pulling in about 5th place as they arrive at the first. St John Henry will lead them towards it with Masters Hill, Cockery and Buddy Bolero. They all stream over. Bon Enfant and 4th Act to the back markers. And now they begin to climb pretty rapidly and turn left-handed as well. So St John Henry out in front, leading from the grey Masters Hill, and Cockery pokes his nose up between the pair. A couple of lengths back in 4th place to Scotchtown, who's just ahead of, in 5th place, Kilgeel Hill with the white face on the inside of Buddy Bolero, who's drifted back in the field. Barney Dwan's in midfield in the quarters of yellow and blue on the inner of the nose-banded Lockderg leader. City Supreme and Clondor Keen are both towards the outside of the field, and towards the back, Tobefair. Early on, 4th Act is right towards the rear of the field as well, in company with the grey Bon Enfant. So already at the back of the field, getting quite strung out here, and as they turn into the back straight shortly, they still have a long way to go here. St John Henry out in front. Some distance winner last time, leading from 2nd Cockery. Masters Hill is in 3rd. 4 lengths back to Scotchtown, who races in 4th place just ahead of Kilgeel Hill. Buddy Bolero, City Supreme out wide in the course. Clondor Keen's another to be charting a wide route here. Barney Dwan with Lockderg leader. And then behind these, as they rise at the next to which Cockery made a slight mistake, we have Tobefair, who settled just worse than midfield with Dan Emmett. Still towards the rear of the field early on, the likes of Bon Enfant and 4th Act. You see a stride there, the leader had clattered his way through it. Masters Hill's gone towards the outside and badly hampered as well back in the field. Dan Emmett doesn't have a lot of luck with his jumping recently. It wasn't his fault. Masters Hill's rider scurried away from that, so I hope he is okay. As out in front, St John Henry leads them towards the next. And again, he just completely ignored that flight. Other than costing him lost momentum, hasn't cost him his rider just yet. So out in front, it is St John Henry who leads. Cockery in 2nd place in the red colours. Hasn't really got into the rhythm yet, but still a long way to go. 3rd place for Scotchtown. In 4th place is City Supreme, who's on the outside of Barney Dwan. Then Kilgeel Hill, who continues to be a lit keen on the inside of Clondor Keen. To be fair, Dan Emmett trying to recover some of the ground that was lost by that hampering down the back straight, and still Bon Enfant is towards the rear of the field with 4th Act as they make their way on across the chase course. They're sharing the bends this afternoon on that hurdles part of the course because the frost covers meant they could only really cover one racing line, so we're a few yards short of the official distance. John Henry, again, just complete disdain for his flight of hurdles. Gives it a belt. 4th Act's beginning to lose touch slightly at the rear of the field. So heading on towards the 6th. And out in front, St John Henry. Yeah, wouldn't be the same if he didn't make a mistake. And he's over to the other side in front from Scotchtown in 2nd. And Cockery in 3rd place. Kilgeel Hill with the white face racing on the outside of Barney Dwan, who's just sidled into contention really in 5th place. Hasn't really done a great deal yet. He's just sitting there behind the leading group as they complete their first circuit. City Supreme comes next on the outside of Lockderg leader. Another one who's just creeping a little bit closer. Also in the noseband. Clondor Keen is round the outside. Then to be fair, Bon Enfant's got amongst them, as has Dan Emmett. Buddy Bolero's gradually drifted back through the field for that first circuit, and 4th Act is at the tail of the field. So out in front, St John Henry. His jumping is not exactly, doesn't have much finesse, Luke, to be honest.
No, he just ignores them, just gallops straight through them. They are going a tremendous gallop for the conditions. I must admit, the one that catches the eye is Barney Dwan, right down there on the inside, being given a really cute ride there by Paddy Brennan. But this is where it all counts, Richard, when they quicken up down this hill.
Absolutely, yeah. Complexion changes with, on a long range, Scotchtown for Tom Humphries, ensuring there's no relenting in the pace here. It's beginning to find a few out. Buddy Bolero. 4th Act, however, has got in amongst them right at the rear of the field there in the purple colours, having been detached about half a mile or so ago. So St John Henry being kept honest here by Scotchtown, and they're 5 lengths clear from Cockery, who's drifted back to 3rd place with Barney Dwan. Still Kilgeel Hill racing exuberantly on the outside of Lockderg leader. Another one that's travelling okay is City Supreme towards the outside in red and black. Clondor Keen towards the outside. Then To Be Fair trying to get amongst them. Bon Enfant, 4th Act, under pressure once again with Dan Emmett, and Buddy Bolero has dropped off the back end. So into the back straight they go. You can see right on the long rein on the outside Scotchtown. Tom Humphries on the outside of St John Henry. Coggery is being ridden along on the outside of Barney Dwan. City Supreme still travels well. Then Lochderg leader. A rapid move on the outside by Tobefair as they take 5 from the finish. Barney Dwan wasn't great there. Kilgeel Hill also. Clondalkeen's under pressure. Coggery is losing ground. The wheat getting separated from the chaff as they head down towards the 4th last. Scotchtown over in front from St John Henry. City Supreme travelling up strongly in 3rd. Barney Dwan. Then towards the outside, the orange and black of Tobefair. Lochderg leader comes next as they make their way on towards the 3rd last flight of hurdles. This little 6 with a few lengths in hand over the others. As Scotchtown has travelled really well through the race. Enfant attaching himself to the back of that leading group. The grey having come from a long way off the pace in what has been a searching gallop, and it is still being set as they prepare to turn for home by Scotchtown. In 2nd place races City Supreme. Round the outside, the prolific winner Tobefair as they spin this turn. Still waiting in the wings. Enfant trying hard to get on terms with them as they make the turn for home, and behind these Barney Dwan, 5 of them pulling clear of the others. Scotchtown now being pressed. City Supreme for Will Gordon. A big moment for him on the outside, and ridden along is Tobefair. Barney Dwan in 4th. Enfant having made ground is now under strong pressure. Several of these pulling up towards the rear as they head down towards the last, and out in front it is Tobefair. Runs down the flight of hurdles with City Supreme in 2nd place. Now Scotchtown's under strong pressure. Barney Dwan asked to try and close. They are weary horses. Enfant trying to get back in it. Out in front it is Tobefair who is over in front. Barney Dwan, but unseats the rider and he's gone just when he was trying to throw down a challenge. And out in front Tobefair. City Supreme, Scotchtown gallantly rallying. Then Enfant. It's hard work for Tobefair. And 2nd place Scotchtown trying hard, but at the line it is Tobefair who continues this fantastic winning sequence. In 2nd place was Scotchtown, Enfant, City Supreme, Lochderg leader. The only other 2 to finish, I think, were 4th Act, who's filled 6th place, and St John Henry was in 7th place, so he doesn't qualify. Clondalkeen looks as if he's got round. Noel Feely is on his feet. He just went out of the side door. He was just beginning to rally back over hurdles this afternoon after his fencing had cost him. And there's Paddy Brennan, I should say, of course, unseated in the last there. And Paddy's on his feet, but how frustrating for him. He'd come there looking as if he might be rallying, and unfortunately Paddy went out the side door there on Barney Dwan. And the winner, to be fair, Trevor Whelan, first success at the track for debut.